Matt Gaetz just doesn't know when to stop. And to be honest, for those of us who do what we do for a living here, it's wonderful, right? It is nonstop fodder. There is never a shortage of things to talk about with Matt Gaetz because the guy is out there every single day doing either another stupid thing or further implicating himself in more activities that might be considered criminal. But this one is not another criminal activity by Gaetz. No. It's more of a stupid thing. And what Gaetz did was... over the weekend, he seemed to imply that he is the target of the deep state. The deep state is somehow after him. And of course, that's because in Matt Gaetz' own world, he has been anti-establishment, right? He has been standing up for the little guy, talking truth to power, taking on the power elite in Washington, D.C., and that made the deep state nervous. Here's what Gaetz tweeted out. He said, "I may be a canceled man in some corners. I may even be a wanted man by the deep state, but I hear the millions of Americans who feel forgotten, canceled, ignored, marginalized, and targeted. I draw confidence knowing that the silent majority is growing louder every day." Okay, well, first of all, let's go ahead and address the fact that, one, they're definitely not a majority. If they were, wouldn't your guy still be in the White House instead of hiding out at his golf course down in South Florida? So, wrong about that. And silent? Whew, oh my God, y'all whine louder than colicky children. My youngest had horrible colic. First year, my wife and I didn't get any sleep at all. That kid screamed and cried all night long. There was nothing you could do to comfort him. And yet he was still nowhere near as whiny as Republicans are today. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So you're neither silent nor a majority. But that's not your big point, right? Your big point is that the deep state, right? The deep state is what's out to get you. That's why all this is happening, because you've upset the deep state, obviously, because you... What? Because you what? You fought against the establishment? Dude, you were literally born into political power here in the state of Florida. So how is that anti-establishment? You're born into this. Your family's always had money. They've always had political power. Daddy has used that political power to get you out of trouble more times than we can count. You live in a deep red district where you can go out there, not even debate your opponents, not even have to run any advertisements because it's so deep red. So what have you done that's actually going to upset the establishment, buddy? That's what I want to know. And that's the obvious part of this conspiracy that Gaetz is trying to push that makes no sense. The dude is establishment. It's about as establishment as you get. Look at his voting record. He has never done anything to actually challenge the power in Washington, D.C., except for, of course, one time when he wanted to limit Donald Trump's power to attack Iran, and it got him blacklisted from the White House for a couple of months. And so he immediately turned heel on that and tried to make it better. So you did try to do one thing, and then you immediately had to bow down and apologize for it because it pissed off Donald Trump. Other than that, you have been a loyal Republican, loyal to the establishment, loyal to corporations. There is nothing you have done that would make the deep state say, we need to get rid of him, if the deep state even existed, by the way. At least in the way that these people think it does. No, you're not the target of some kind of conspiracy, Matt. You're the logical next step in an investigation looking into trafficking. You've been named. There are receipts, right? We're not making those things up. There are receipts because you're so stupid and so bad at crime, probably because you're so dang arrogant that you didn't think you'd ever get caught. You thought it was perfectly fine to pay sex workers using Apple Pay. Just like, okay, let me click. There you go. What a moron! But you're trying to sell this as some kind of conspiracy against you because you think it'll play well with your constituents. Then eventually, if you are convicted, you'll still maintain that line that I'm innocent. It was all the deep state out to get me, no matter what the evidence is. And of course, there's plenty of idiots who are going to believe that. No matter the outcome, no matter the evidence, no matter what it is, there will still be some hardcore Matt Gaetz supporter out there who always believed this lie that he's selling now, that it was only because the deep state was out to get him.